Jim, your goal is to turn the lawn space of America and eventually the lawn space of the world into the Garden Eden and to help bring about freedom, sovereignty, authenticity, and self-reliance. Is that right?
That's exactly right, John. We are demonstrating freedom. We are showing the world how easy it is to grow food instead of lawns. When we make this one switch, we change and we solve all of the world's biggest problems: deforestation, mass extinction, cancer, diabetes, heart disease. We end world hunger and we end tyranny simply by growing food instead of lawns.
And Jim, you're now at your headquarters in Gulls Landing. Now that's a big piece of land, but this can be done on any piece of backyard, front yard, or little piece of land anywhere in the world. All climate zones are included. It's just different approaches and different plans. But this can be done anywhere and anyone can do it, right?
That's exactly right. We have people that have 150 to 300 square feet that are putting in several guilds. A guild is a community of plants that support each other, and they can grow a lot of food in a very small area when you stack it using permaculture principles.
Which is amazing. And Jim, this year has marked many milestones for food forest abundance. Tell us a little bit. I know you got profitable, but that's on the bottom of the importance list, I think. What is more important? What has happened this year?
Well, the reason why being profitable, creating a yield is so important is because when we demonstrate that the wise use of our resources, which is growing food without poisons, when we demonstrate that this is a no-brainer on every level, including conscious capitalism, then it goes like wildfire. My last name is Gale, and my joyful obsession is to blow that wildfire of freedom everywhere, all over the world. And we launched about 19 months ago. We are now all over the world. We're in 15 countries, 46 US states. We are opening Freedom Farm Academies, which are demonstration sites like the one behind here and all around me. We are opening these in Ghana and in Sri Lanka and in Lebanon and in Thailand and in Canada and the United States. And there's no end to it because this simply makes sense. Demonstrating the solution to all of the world's biggest problems, it's a lot of fun. So what this is my partner Marcel. He's a big fan of art. And this is Hank Willis Thomas. He's a South African artist. And he put this stainless steel incredible sculpture together. And this is a arm of some kind of forceful entity with a baton, a police baton. And another arm, I imagine this is a farmer's arm, holding that arm and saying, no more force and violence. We are showing and demonstrating the most peaceful and loving revolution, the way to change the world's problems without going to war. And on the 24th, which is my birthday, which is just a few days from now, I'll be 53 years old. I've never felt better in my life. And on that day, we'll be doing a walk and talk on video, starting at the beginning of the property where we are flying the civil peace flag and where we have multiple signs at the beginning of the property that tell the governmente that you are not allowed on this property without express written consent by me or one of the other owners here at Gulls Landing. It's very clear and it's constitutional. And on that day, when we take people around and demonstrate how logical it is to take the poisons out and to grow food, I will be standing next to this statue and declaring freedom from all forms of tyranny. Goethe said, none are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. And that was a hard pill for me to swallow. When I first heard, Jim, you're a slave, I said, no, I'm not. You're crazy. I can do anything I want. And then they described what a slave is. A slave is somebody who by threat of force and violence is made to pay some of the product of their labor. the taxation in our world is a slave tax, and we are very strategically and very publicly saying no. We will not ask the governmente for permission to create the Garden of Eden. This is God's law right here, and we do not need permission except for I understand one thing. I understand God, source, nature, but I do not understand these criminal people who are enslaving our world.
This is a vision for the whole world and for all of mankind, not just one kind.
We practice what's lawful, which starts with do no harm. And we invite everybody who wants to truly be free. In fact, one of the things that we're doing, and many of my friends have said, Jim, you're taking a big risk. And I think it's an infinitely bigger risk to not do this. And the wicked, evil, does not like to be in the spotlight. So we are putting a spotlight on what we're doing in such a way, whereas evil, I believe, will not show up. But if they do, we are going to turn that problem into the solution, and we are going to show how we're benefiting our community. In fact, this is so much fun. The community members all around here now, they're starting to grow food because we've inspired and empowered them to do so. We just installed that food forest at a school. In fact, we even have a school starting, and our first classes are going to be in the summer, whereby the kids, like a little house on the prairie type of school model, the kids will be learning self-reliance, how to grow food and how to be self-reliant in their mind, in their spirit, and in their physical reality. Once the kids create all of the food they need for their lunches, then they go into their parents' yards and they create all of the food that their family needs. And once they get done with that, which won't take long, then they go into the community and they help the community grow food. You can count the seeds in a single apple, but you cannot count the apples in a single seed.